Hello, this is Tim Travis from Golden Wash Garden and Home in Pontiac, Michigan, and this is Tim Talk. This is... I can't see anything.
Take
here.
the goggles off.
Oh, okay. Okay, now that's much better. Okay, so this is actually the third part of my water tolerant plant series. Now we're going to talk about perennials that can tolerate wet conditions. I have several here to work from. I'm just kind of randomly talking about it. So this one I would say is one of my more favorite ones. This is actually called cardinal flower. It's a native plant. And this actually has a purple leaf, but they are either green leaf or purple. Unbelievable red, bright red flowers. And they're super hardy. I've seen them way up in Canada. Gorgeous plant. Loves to be right on the waterside. You get about, I don't know, 2 feet tall. Surprisingly, delphiniums are also very water tolerant. Now this is what's called a biennial, meaning that it blooms the first year, and the second year it just grows and produces, I don't know what it is. Biennial. Call Siri on that one. So, but that's a great plant. Another one that's really popular is astilbe, and now astilbes they come in all different colors, and they come in different sizes. Some are really dwarf, and this is just coming out in the bloom, but they're really beautiful, feathery, plumy blooms on them, anywhere from white to pink to lavender to red. Super easy to grow, and also the deer don't eat these. A little fun fact there. Another one that most people are familiar with is this is Monarda, or bee balm. And they produce a really, really beautiful little pom-pom-like flower, and butterflies love them. Super easy to grow, almost too easy to grow in the fact that they're just going to spread all over the place, so just be careful there. Another group, several of the ferns that you can grow love water conditions. Or moist conditions. So I love ferns. There's Japanese painted ferns, there's all kinds of ferns, and they pretty much are all would qualify as far as being a water tolerant plant. Now some of the other ones that I love, this one is also one of my more favorite ones. This is called snake root, but the original name on this was Simicifuga, and it's a really beautiful plant. It gets about 3 to 4 feet tall, has a white column-like flower on it, but it also has a very attractive foliage on it. Some people confuse it with astilbe because the leaf is very similar, but it's just a great plant. And then another native plant is called meadow rue, and that's this plant. Again, it's just starting to bloom right now. Almost columbine looking leaf foliage, but just so cool. Look at this leaf. Look, I mean, that is so cool. Love that. And the flower, love that. Super easy to grow, and again, it looks perfect woodland type plant. And then over here, this one is called Culver's root. Again, super fast growing. It has a nice flower. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite plant. It kind of looks weedy to me, but it does the trick. And it's very fast growing, and pretty popular in the garden. And then over here is this is swamp milkweed, and again, it produces these cluster-like blooms. Butterflies go nuts over this. This is particularly important for the monarch butterfly because it's the only plant that they eat and produce their eggs on. And we all know about monarch butterflies and the need to protect their habitat. But it's actually a very ornamental looking plant. And then another series of plants that I love, this is called Ligularia. And there's several different kinds. This one's called Little Rocket, and it has a gold cone-shaped flower on it. They love water, and but there's several varieties. Some have purple leaves, some have just small leaves like this, and some get big leaves. But the reality is, it's just a great plant overall, and they can take sun or shade. If there's in sun, they need a lot more water. The one thing you do have to be careful with is this can tend to populate an area pretty quick. It can get pretty aggressive over time. This is another amazing plant. This is called butterbur, and they have these huge tropical looking leaves on here, and this thing is so industrial grade, it will grow anywhere. The problem is, it will grow anywhere. It loves water, and it will absolutely take over an area. So if you have a really difficult area that you can let something just go wild, that's fine. If you're trying to put a nice little tiny plant in among a bunch of others, this will take over. But it's very dramatic. It's got a great foliage. It's great for, again, for large areas, and I've also seen them in fairly dry areas, but they prefer the water. Cool plant though. Hey, thanks for watching. You can see us on the interweb. Interweb, what is that?